preventing NATO expansion is one of the goals of the so-called special military operation, which the Kremlin has failed miserably. From February the 24th, 2022, the length of the borders of the alliance and federation grew by about 1,300 kilometers, and these are indicators before Sweden's accession to NATO, which will take place in the near future.
This is an historic day. It makes NATO stronger, Sweden safer, and all of us more secure. It also sends a very clear message to President Putin that NATO's door is open. We have to remember that he went to war to close NATO's door. He is achieving the exact opposite. Finland is already a member, doubling NATO's border with Russia. Sweden will now become a member, and Ukraine is closer to membership than ever before.
In response, the leadership of the Federation is increasingly talking about direct combat between Russian forces and NATO. Experts are sure, considering how often the Kremlin itself creates reasons for attacks on other countries, we shouldn't rule out a scenario for the invasion of the territory of the alliance by Russian troops.
Russia can attack one of the NATO countries in order to lose to NATO. It will be easier for them to explain to their population, to their ordinary people, that, you see, yes, we fought hard, and we would have defeated them very easily, but all the NATO countries got involved, and of course we are forced to go into some kind of negotiations, back up and accordingly stop the big war. This could be an explanation for such an attack.
Experts doubt the success of the military operation of Russian troops on the territory of NATO countries. The Kremlin sent most of its manpower to the front in Ukraine, and the manufacturability of Russian weapons is tens of times inferior to Western models. This has been proven in practice by the Ukrainian armed forces.
If Russia had the forces and means to conduct full-scale hostilities anywhere, then first of all they would use these forces and means in Ukraine. They would use them on the Ukrainian-Russian front. They would use them to destroy more Ukrainian cities and kill more Ukrainian people. Civilians in Kyiv, Kharkiv, Odessa, Lviv and any other cities.
Meanwhile, NATO countries are preparing for possible provocations from Russia. Earlier, the Minister for European Integration of Ukraine, Olga Stefanishina, stated that in at least 5 countries of the alliance, a scenario war with the Federation was being simulated, and the German Bild published secret documents allegedly containing a plan of action for NATO forces in the event of Russian aggression.
Regardless of what plans the Kremlin has, NATO must be prepared to repel any aggression from Russia. The military, of course, is considering such options. At the last NATO summit in Vilnius, an adapted strategy was adopted, which is based on the principle that no matter what aggression is committed, not a single piece of territory should be given to a potential occupier.
In the Baltic countries, they directly warn about Russia's responsibility in the event of an attempted attack.
After Sweden was integrated into the alliance, the Baltic Sea became an internal NATO sea. If Russia dares to challenge NATO, Kaliningrad would be neutralized first. Russia's previous false accusations that it is surrounded by NATO are now becoming a reality. Linas Linkevičius, ambassador of Lithuania to Sweden, on social network X.
The Kremlin assures that Russia has no geopolitical, economic or military interest in attacking NATO countries. However, Moscow cannot be trusted. On the eve of February the 24th, 2022, the top military political leadership spoke about the same thing in relation to Ukraine, word for word. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Larisa Zubenko, UATV News.